What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another tune from the Great Band Era compilation. Once again, major thank you to Kim, who sent me this, the Magical World of Melodies record compilation, and the Background Moods record compilation. And we will go through them all eventually. But yes, we've been going through record 1, and we're almost done with the first record of the Great Band Era compilation, and this one is called Flying Home, and it's performed by Lionel Hampton and his orchestra. So Lionel Hampton, that name does sound a little bit familiar. Maybe I've seen it, in some jazz compilation or something, but I can't really say where I would have seen it. In any case, the phrase flying home certainly gives us a visual and motion reference, flying home in an airplane, and maybe that relates to the feelings you have about where you've been, or about going home and getting to home sweet home, maybe about the journey you've taken and the time that has passed, maybe about someone waiting for you, maybe just about being up in the air and, in the rarefied air, which is an altitude in multiple senses of the word that is a rare experience in terms of people in the 1930s, but more to the point, even today, even people who travel a lot, you do not spend the majority of your time, 40,000 feet up in the air. So maybe it's about that environment, or maybe it's all of those things. Maybe it's none of those things. Maybe it is an instrumental, which would not surprise me. So let's give it a listen. This is this side one? Side two. This is Lionel Hampton and his orchestra, and the tune is Flying Home. It's so hard.
Just keep on dancing.
It is so hard to see the cuts. There we go. answers about the particular sentiment of this air traveler. It was, as I suspected, an instrumental, but it's lovely. It's playful. This one, it's sort of light and fun, and seems even a bit cheeky. The way the horns are sort of having a conversation. One of them's a bit more blunt and short spoken, and the other one a bit more lyrical and playful. But yeah, again, we've got woodwinds, we've got brass, we've got a xylophone, definitely, and just this overall vibe of, enjoying your time in the air, maybe drinking an alcoholic beverage, looking out the window. Now, obviously not in a late 20th century jumbo jet or something. This feels like a more, traditional, maybe propeller aircraft. Nevertheless, the vibe of being above the world and feeling a bit grand while you are up at that altitude, it certainly comes across. So yeah, a fun tune and a playful one, and again, you could put me in a jazz club and play this kind of stuff all night and I'd just be happy as a clam. It's awesome. I love it. And it seems like this perfect parallel journey as I'm going through these 1930s films over on my Patreon. And if you didn't know, and if you are interested in vintage throwback entertainment, then I encourage you to go check out, I have a playlist, a collection, as it's called on Patreon, of pre-code Hollywood films. And in some of those movies, at least, there are tunes like this. I remember one of the first ones I did, Redheaded Woman, it starts with this oldie-timey, great band, big band, jazz type of song. So yeah, it feels like a nice parallel to that journey over on Patreon. Once again, big thank you to Kim. I'm absolutely just looking forward to every part along this journey. And again, I think there's a bonus record, so I think there's 10 more records in just this compilation. Nevertheless, we are up to the very end of the first record, which is Great Band theme song. So I imagine each record's going to have a different theme, and some of them will be more vocal based. Now there's been one or two on here with vocals and lyrics, but most of them have been instrumentals, so I'm thinking that's specific to this record. In any case, the last one when we come back next time will be Snowfall, which is by Claude, is it Thornhill? I think it's Thornhill. Yeah, Claude Thornhill and his orchestra. So we'll look forward to that. Thank you again to Kim. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.